Welcome back to the Right Read podcast. I'm Isaiah. You can find me on Twitter at Twitter user Jesus Supremacy.
On the far right over here, you can find me on Twitter at Willems, WILLLUMZ.
I'm Usad. You can find me at UsadNBA on Twitter.
And I'm Will. You can find me on Twitter at Bias Houston.
And today we're going to be talking about our top 10 point guards in the league going into 2025-2026. We'll lead it off with Dre.
Oh man, right off the bat. To no surprise to anybody.
Also, real quick caveat.
Do have to add this caveat.
We are projecting for the 25-26 season.
Yes.
So if you are projected to miss the 25-26 season, you will not be included. So
for layman's terms, Tyrese Halliburton not on this list. He's going to be out the entire year with the Achilles injuries, as well as Damian Lillard. This one name I don't want to spoil because I don't know if some people have him on this list or not because of his injury, but we'll get to that later on. But to nobody's surprise, man, the best point guard in the NBA as of right now, man, it's Jalen. I'm playing. The reigning MVP of the NBA, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander of the Oklahoma City Thunder. That is my number one. Are there any objections from the field on that one?
I'd be pretty shocked if that wasn't
the panel.
unanimous.
The panel,
Yeah.
man, a unanimous agreement on the panel. That might be actually shouldn't be the only one because I don't think number two
I think
should
the next
come
one
at,
should also be unanimous.
number two shouldn't come in much disagreement.
unanimous.
Newly inked extension, so he's going to be a Laker long term. It seems like at least. Luka Doncic is my number 2 point guard in the NBA as of right
Everyone
now.
got Luka
Yeah,
too.
I'll also have
Yeah.
Everyone's got
Yeah.
Luka at 2. Y'all want to dive into that Luka extension a tad bit? Just kind of what it means for him, what it means for the Lakers' future. Sacrificed a bit of money now signing that 3-year deal. Shout out to Nico Harrison for costing him a couple of million immediately. Signed 3 years, $165 million with a player option on the last season. What it does set him up for is when he declines that player option, he can then sign the Supermax 5 for
Which will
$417.
be the first $1 million a game contract for an NBA player. It's going to be $82 million a year. If it's, I think it's like $419 mil, which will be the total length of the contract. So I mean, it'll be deserved at that point. If he plays up next 3 years, which I think we all think he will, barring injury. So shout out to Luka. Going to be the
especially
first.
he's taking a pay cut right now too. With
You didn't see the Men's Health article, bro? We got skinny Luka, man.
I was gonna say the slander's gonna be very funny. Like, man, he made $1 million this game playing that defense.
One thing I did want to say about SGA, not to kind of go all the way back, but I did want to say we'll probably talk about it more when we get into the awards episode, which we'll probably be doing sometime closer when the season starts.
Stay tuned.
But when we get into that, I have SGA repeating as the MVP again next season. And the reason why is because I think that the Thunder, I mean, they didn't get any, they have all their guys back. Like, they kept everybody who was a part of their team last year. You could say they feasibly got better with the addition of Thomas Sorobor. They have Nikola Topic. Hopefully, he looked pretty decent in summer league, so maybe he plays for them next year. And so, yeah, I don't see them going anywhere anytime soon. And I think they're going to be the number one seed again. And I think that the best player on the number one seed has a really easy time of getting MVP, especially when you're going to put up the numbers SJ is going to put up. So I think he's repeating. So I do think that he is the number 1 point guard for a reason.
Yeah.
And I think Luka, for as good as he has been in the past, like maybe 2 years ago, it would be the other way around. But right now I think it's SJ.
I'm curious if there's any controversy at 3. I have Steph.
Oh, I don't have Steph.
I also do not have Steph.
I have Steph.
I don't have
Okay,
Steph.
so we're a little split here.
Yeah, no, I had to keep continuity from our top 15 players episode. I have Jalen Brunson at 3.
Okay,
I also have Jalen.
Is he your 4?
he's my 4.
And he's my
Yeah,
4.
and
So.
Okay, so
to
this
spoil,
seems like a
Steph is my 4.
is
he
Steph your 4 as well? Okay, so it
Yeah,
seems like it's just
so-
a mix.
Yeah,
on
just
Jalen
flip.
Brunson
I
and
just think
Steph.
Brunson, what he's been able to prove in the regular season and postseason on a Knicks team that I think gets a bit gassed with how good it is offensively. Obviously, they've shored up on the defensive end, OG Anunoby, Mikal Bridges, whenever Mitchell Robinson is healthy, Deuce
That's not
McBride
happening.
as well, which let's be honest, Mitchell Robinson's hoping you do stay healthy, man. But they've shored up some of his weaknesses on the defensive end. He's a 6-foot guard. But what he does offensively, man, he is a legitimate engine, one of the best scorers in basketball, one of the best 6-foot and under scorers I think we've ever seen in this league. Fun story, you'll see the Suns jersey in the back, and this is 10th grade year before anybody knew who Jalen Brunson was. My coach, shout out to Coach Chris Veazey, the Capolay Suns, he'd put on Villanova tape and be like, this guy's going to make so much money in the NBA because he plays off 2 feet. And we're like, man, this doesn't look cool. 7 years later,
It look cool now.
It looks amazing.
It look real cool.
And he's the number 3 point guard on my list. So I just think what he's done in the regular season and then him not being a playoff dropper, and you could argue being a legitimate playoff riser for a team that kind of just throws him the ball and says, make something happen, man. So that's why he's above Steph for me.
Yeah.
I mean, not gonna push back super hard on that since we all have him 3-4.
Yeah.
But I was gonna make the case for Steph is just, I mean, it is Steph. Like I think what he provides with his off-ball gravity, his overall, what he gives to that offense is such an insane floor. That like when he's off the court, even when the KD Warriors were around, their plus minuses went as kind of Steph went, and I think even though he's lost a step since those days, I do think it is significant that he's still like one of the league leaders in plus minus, no matter what kind of roster they put around him. His on-offs are still like his impact on that team offensively with
He is that team.
yeah, he is the team with and without the ball.
Respect
Like
Jonathan Kuminga?
the Warriors don't. So
I'll say.
yeah, they offered him what 3 years, 15 mil.
Yeah,
I think he's getting the qualifying offer. At this point.
Yeah, it's like 7.9. Yeah. So point is Warriors don't respect Jonathan Kuminga. I'm not gonna do it. And Steve Kerr doesn't either.
Yeah.
Actually, he doesn't play many minutes.
I mean, we played him in that series, and I mean, some of the screenshots that came from that game. I think it was game 2.
It's game 2.
Of us just like hugging him.
We fouled him.
Yeah,
we give it. We fouled him.
We was fouling him, bro. Like, I'm gonna be honest, and that's always been a conversation with Steph, how he's refereed compared to some other players. He doesn't have a great whistle. I'll be the
He
first
does
to
not.
admit that, even as a Warriors hater for life. But yeah, like he's still a top 4 point guard in the league. I think Brunson's a bit better of a playmaker. If you want to make the argument that Steph's gravity is his playmaking,
I
think that's
I think that's an
argument,
argument. Steph
but-
argument.
Yeah, it is.
It's
It's not to sound like Warriors fans, but like I do think the gravity thing does carry a lot of weight, especially when you're talking about a guy like Brunson, who, for all his faults, I mean, for all like everything he does well, he is a smaller guy who is, I think, a little more reliant on getting like into an action, getting into like running a set, like getting a play. Versus Steph is just kind of like
I'd push back on that. He's an ISO scorer.
Yeah, I was about to say he's really efficient.
Like he's an especially man that like name me a play Tom Thibodeau ran.
that's fair.
Save us, Jalen Brunson.
That's what I'm saying.
Same
Like
with Jalen Brunson.
I think they have similar arguments in terms of what they mean for their teams offensively. One, I think Steph just has taken a step back in the regular season.
He has.
I don't think he's just. I think playoff time, Steph Curry's still Steph Curry.
I would say,
I saw firsthand a couple games in person.
If he did not play as well as he did in the playoffs, I would not have him at 3.
Okay.
It's kind of my logic for Steph is until I can look at Steph and be like, all right, you're definitely not that guy anymore.
No.
I gotta respect him and put him on 3. And he showed me in the playoffs, like, okay, you know what? He still got it.
Yeah.
And because of that, especially, I don't think Brunson had the best playoffs, honestly. Like,
No.
To his
for his
standards.
standards, yeah. Like he
But he still
definitely
had
had
some
better
great moments.
playoff series.
Yeah.
Obviously, yeah.
I think Zay wants to say something
Yeah,
about Brunson.
I was gonna say, I think with the Brunson thing, for me, it's just on a game-to-game basis. I think Brunson is more consistent than Curry, like at this point, because
Yeah,
obviously,
I'd agree with that.
the last, honestly, since like the KD days, Curry's always had like a month out the season where it's like he slumps or he always starts off super duper hot and then it tails off. But the older he's gotten, the more it's gotten pronounced. Of like, oh well, these like 2 months in a season, it's like 22 on like negative efficiency.
Yeah.
Whereas Brunson, he's kind of just consistently like 28 and 7 on 60 plus true shooting. And then in the playoffs, I will say I still think Brunson had a really, really good playoffs this year, and obviously last year he had a great playoffs. And for me, I think part of what also dogs Curry is he only played 8 games. He played not even 8. He played 7 games in a quarter. He got hurt in the second quarter of game 1 of the second round, which I feel like that also kind of aids to at this point when it's time for him to ramp it back up. Can he? And I know Brunson can. Brunson's had like the most usage in the league the last 2 seasons. So I think that in itself is why I would have him at 4. But obviously, this is 3-4. Like I feel like that there's no
We're splitting
We're
You
splitting
are
hairs
It's
here.
more of a preference thing. I do want to ask, before we get to number 5, would any of you guys have had Tyrese Halliburton?
I was going to
at
ask that
5?
same question.
That's a
So before we even get there, so I'm assuming nobody would have had Halliburton above Brunson, correct?
No.
Okay, because I see that's an argument people have on Twitter.
I will say it is close.
Yeah, it's close.
It's very
He's in
close.
that group to me with, I think it's Hallie, Steph, Brunson. I think it's their own tier of point
Yeah.
guard to
I'm
me.
looking at my list. I think I would have put Hallie at 5.
I mean, personally, I would have.
Yeah,
I
I would have had him.
I would have had him at 5.
Yeah, I probably would have also had him.
To parlay in that now, who did you guys have at 5?
I want him to go first.
Yeah.
I had Kyrie at 5.
Whoa!
I'm
At
glad we went here
5?
first.
Yeah, I had Kyrie.
That feels a bit
It was
okay.
very high.
Who do you have at 5?
5K Cunningham.
I also have Cade
I
Cunningham.
have Cade Cunningham as well.
Man.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, my argument for Kyrie is I think that we're getting into a tier of point guards that are outside of him a bit less efficient, and their efficiency and their impact to their team kind of is more lenient towards playmaking. And for me, I think I would take what Kyrie adds as a scorer. Obviously, he's still 25 plus a game on really good efficiency. He's really good off ball. He's one of the best off ball scorers in the entire league. And then he can also give you like 5 or 6 assists a game. Um,
Bro, who are you and what have you done with Jesus?
I
that
think
made
I
you-
Yeah,
think
this is kind of.
Are you arguing scoring over playmaking?
I mean, it's not over playmaking. It's more so that the guys we're talking about, I think, are at this point lower tier number one options, and I think Kyrie is still a higher tier number two option. So I think in relation to those guys, give me the higher tier number two guy.
Okay, but it's a question to you.
Mhm.
If you were to swap, and this is like a reductive way to look at basketball. If you were to swap Kyrie Irving with Cade Cunningham on the Pistons, that team go the same, further, or less?
I think that would be worse. I think
I
that
would
would be
agree.
worse because I don't think Kyrie can take the usage
I
that
think
Cade
that-
can.
And that's why I have
That's
Cade.
my,
That's why I have Cade higher.
That's my pushback over Kyrie is I think he's been phenomenal pre-injury, obviously, and that's another reason why I had him a bit lower
Yeah.
going into next season. But pre-injury, he was really good, but he wasn't playing point guard. He wasn't playing point guard next to Luke. I think obviously we've gotten a bit away from what positions mean in basketball. Like he's a 6'2" guard. That's a point guard. Like at the end of the day, like that's what he is. Like he's a 6'2" point
I mean,
guard.
you could make an argument he won't even be playing point guard next to D'Lo, or unless D'Lo comes off.
I know,
when he's healthy.
there's no way they play him together. There's no way
that's
you play
probably true,
D'Lo and
yeah.
Kyrie together. I just
Yeah, you're
well,
not.
Jason
starting
Kidd would
together.
you should fire him if he does that. But I just think he is a point guard, and obviously when Luka got traded, he did assume more on ball reps, and he was really good at it. Like it wasn't like he was a massive drop in efficiency or wasn't the same caliber of player. I just think to Will's point, like some of the other guys we're gonna name, I think because of what they get tasked to do on their teams, I value that a bit more than just, hey Kyrie, here's second side actions. Hey Kyrie, here's nail ISOs. You know, and he's incredibly efficient at it. He's one of the best ever. I was kind of expecting Kyrie to be lower on everybody else. So I
yeah,
don't know.
I was surprised to hear him have Kyrie at
I'm gonna say for me, it's nothing against Kyrie, but this is a projecting list. At least the way I did it when I was doing it, because considering we don't have Hallie and Dame on it because they're gonna be out for the season, I think Cade is gonna take another leap this year.
I was going to say
Do you agree with that?
I mean, yeah, I think he'll be more efficient next year.
Yeah. So I just think
So,
Cade projecting another leap, Kyrie, best case scenario is come back January. I just think for me factoring those two, that's why. I mean, we'll get to it, but I have a pretty significant. gap
I'll
between
say.
these guys.
So I'm assuming neither of y'all have Kyrie at 6, then, right?
No.
Okay, and I don't either. And then before we move on, I did want to say to Cade, I do think that he is, because of, at least on Twitter, how much people love Cade Cunningham. I think he's kind of gotten in like where people try to correct that by underrating him. I think Cade Cunningham is a really good basketball player. I
Yeah.
pulled up his stats just real quickly. He was 26, 6, and 9 on 57 if you round up true shooting last season. And
That's really good.
and I was gonna say, I need people to understand he was that Detroit Pistons team. Like that
Yep.
team only goes as far as Cade Cunningham takes it. And obviously they did add the vets and like Tim Hardaway Jr., Tobias Harris. And
think about the names you just
Malik. I mean, those are man, think about where they were coming from before they added them. So they
Yeah.
did add quality vets to the room that I think absolutely made a difference for that team. But that team was Cade Cunningham. If
Yep.
he does not take the leap that he takes last season, a team that they set the record for most consecutive L's. Just
yeah,
Yeah.
he
more-
did.
The
Last
Wingstop Pistons.
yeah, the
Wingstop
team that
Pistons,
was
man.
historically bad was a playoff team, and that is Cade Cunningham. And
I always vividly remember that press conference where he's like looking at the sheets, like,
Yeah,
we not
this bad, bro.
Like we not this bad. Funny enough, I think they won their next game, and it's always been that thing with Cade of you know how talented he is. The one thing I think is that stopping him from over or leaping a Steph, leaping a Brunson, he's incredibly turnover
Thousands of
prone.
turnovers.
The turnovers, and it's not turnovers are all bad, but they're not good turnovers. He just He gets plucked.
He
gets
does.
walled up.
So
It's just
I thought about this after watching Jalen Green in the playoffs. There's like point shaving turnovers that I think are more than just like, oh, you tried to thread the needle and the ball went out of bounds. No, this like you turn the ball over at half court and the other
it's
team's
just
getting
like
a wide open.
It's like
layup.
what the hell are you doing right
Yeah,
now?
like
This
and
shouldn't- yeah.
I love Cade, but he does.
He has
do
a couple,
a
like-
few more of
yeah.
those than you probably should.
He also cannot peak as high of a scorer as a Brunson or as a Curry
Yeah.
for me. So I think that's kind of where he's
I
capped at.
I
right
think
now.
that would be his next jump.
Yeah.
Like,
a
assuming
three-point shooting leap.
yeah, like
Yeah.
he's
Pull up shooting.
he's
yeah.
really got to take a leap as a pull up shooter. Intrigued to hear you guys have it. Start with
Let's
you
start
again.
start with
over here.
Isaiah.
Start
Start
with
with
Why,
you
y'all-
again.
why do y'all keep starting with me?
Because
man?
your
Bro,
list is all out of
threw
whack
the whole
now.
feng shui of the list.
Oh
Yeah.
man. I have Harden at
Oh,
6.
you don't have Cade at 6?
Okay, funny enough, I also have James Harden at 6.
I do not.
I do not. He's
Really?
lower on mine.
Yeah, I say he's lower on mine.
Okay. I still have Harden at 6.
I feel like once again I got to reiterate, we're projecting the 25-26 season.
Yeah, we're projecting. I'm gonna be honest. I just think the guys under him, I don't expect to get much better, and we'll get to them. I think the thing with James Harden is he's going to be a year older, but I know exactly what he is. He's 18 and 10.
Yeah.
And that 10 is running a incredibly productive offense with a lot of parts around it that probably shouldn't be as good as they are. Like we think about Ivica Zubac different because of
Yeah.
James Harden and what he did.
Same thing with
Yeah.
Norman
We
Powell.
don't expect Norman Powell. We don't expect Kawhi Leonard to have to do as much because he has James Harden there. Like he makes the joke, but like he is the system. For better or for worse, however you feel about him, you give that guy the ball, let him run a million pick and rolls a game. You're gonna generate good offense. He's still a very effective ISO scorer. When he needs to ramp it up, he can. He can't do it as much anymore, and it's the reason to me why he's not top 5. But I still know what that guy is. He's still I'll say it. He's one of the 5 best passers in basketball right now.
Yeah.
And when you need him to do it, that guy's still gonna go get you a bucket. So that's the reason I have him at 6. Who the hell do y'all have at 6?
We might have the same person. Who do you have?
I have Maxey.
Oh, he's not. on my
Oh.
list. I don't.
Wow.
Oh,
Okay,
I-
it's Maxey at
I
6.
don't have Tyrese.
So-
I have
so
Maxey
I'm-
on my list.
So I'm also just kind of projecting. So I'm just gonna a little spoiler here. The next 3 guys on my list are kind of young, and the reason for that is
Oh,
I do
you're
think,
one of those.
I do
Oh,
think
my
the league is kind of taking a youth movement right now, and Harden is
That's
still
why-
Harden's on my list. I'll spoil that.
He is on my
Is,
list.
he-
this
he
Mr.
made my list.
Mr. Development isn't linear?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Development
Keep
isn't
putting up
linear,
players.
and Tyrese Maxey's already averaged 27 and
26
7
and
and
6.
26 and 6 in
Yeah.
the season. I think next year, even with Embiid out, that team isn't quite as bad as I think everyone is kind of ragging on it. Like I like
Yeah.
their young guys, I like their guards.
I don't. I like their young guys. I don't like their team though. I think.
Yeah, no, I'm saying
I-
in terms of for him to put up numbers, they're not going to win a ton of games.
Oh yeah.
I
Oh,
just
like-
think some of the guys that you put him above, I think they're the same age and they're just better right now, and I expect them to get better too.
Do you
so
have
I'm-
Maxey at all on your list?
Yeah, I have him on my list.
I
I
Okay.
have Maxey at 7.
You don't have Maxey at all on your list.
Maxey at 7.
Okay, who's your 6?
My 6 is Darius Garland.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
I have Darius Garland at 6.
I ain't
Okay,
going.
is-
he's on my list. but I
Garland's
don't-
also on my list.
He's on my list. I don't have him at 6.
He ain't nowhere near 7. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Okay, he's 7 on my list. Garland.
Okay, so we're not.
So
too far.
so me and him have Garland and Maxey switch.
Well, I don't
you
have
guys-
Maxey at all.
Oh, you don't have
Yeah,
Maxey.
you don't have-
Oh,
No.
Well, so you're
wait. So your
you're-
6 is
6,
Garland.
7. Yeah.
Who's your
you're
7?
Garland
Young.
at 6?
I
funny
have
enough.
Trae Young
I
at
have
7.
Trey Young at 7.
Trey Young's not on my list.
So,
I have
so-
Trae Young
okay,
at
so
7.
spoiler alert for me as well. I do have Harden on my list. He's spoiler not 6 or 7, and that is because I am both projecting
Garland over Harden.
Yeah. in 2025, 2026. I think I am. And
I think Garland had
yes,
you
Dar-
could debate he had a better
I
season
think
last year.
Darius Garland is underrated. I'm gonna
No.
talk about Darius Garland in a second. I also think that James Harden, everybody knows that's my favorite player of all time. He'll be 36 next year.
Yeah.
I think Father Time at a certain point in time has to be undefeated. And even though he's kind of beat those allegations for the last like 2-3 years, I think this is the year. We've seen some of the off-season photos and whatnot.
Oh man.
I think this. I think he's gonna be good. Like I said, he's still on my top 10 list, but I don't think he's going to be the same player. I think we will see him. A guy who's stayed relatively healthy might start taking some games off here or there, right? Because for him, it is more about getting to the postseason as opposed to the regular season right now. And then love that guy to death. He, at this point, man, I hate to say it, he shrinks in the big moments. He was not there for the Clippers, and they needed him the most this postseason. And for those,
I will say in
like
all
it's
fairness,
considered
but the whole
about
team.
Darius Garland
I want to say the
game.
whole team was.
The
not
whole
there.
team was
That
there,
game
but
seven.
but come on, like he took like what 8 shots It was something
Yeah, we-
ridiculous.
But they just got bludgeoned.
I tried not to
Alright.
like take that game out of my head.
So
But
you have what's your 6-7 again?
so Darius Garland's in my 6 and Trey Young's in my 7. I think Darius
Okay.
Garland is super underrated. Like I
Okay.
love Darius
I
Garland.
think
love
we've
his
gone
game.
too far on the Garland.
He's on my list, but I
And,
don't.
and here's why I love Darius Garland. I think we look at this list. How many of these guys are like true point guards?
I got a few.
There was that we've named so far.
Trey Young.
No, well, I mean, okay, well, Trey was in my 7.
Yeah,
but
he's mine,
outside,
so.
like in the top 5, in my eyes, these guys like SGA. We talked about it, before the last podcast a little bit off camera. SGA is technically a
He is
shooting
shooting
guard.
guard.
He's a shooting
Yeah,
guard.
he's a shooting guard.
I think Steph is technically a shooting guard. Luka is, I don't even know what you would describe him as, but I think he transcends the term point guard.
Offense.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And like same thing with Brunson. I think Brunson is a 6'1" shooting guard, right? And he's really great at it. No disrespect to him at all. I think Darius Garland is some of the last of a dying breed of a guy who is an actual point guard. He can read the ball. He makes real reads. He manipulates a real defense. And that's also on top of him still being, in my eyes, what is he, like 20 points per game? Someone that ballpark?
Yeah.
I
I mean,
think
he made the All-Star game averaging 20 and 10, I believe.
Yeah. And so like even though he doesn't he leaves a lot to be desired defensively, I think what he provides from an offensive perspective, I think that's a dying breed.
I think my pushback on Garland and why I have him a little low. He's on my top 10 still, but the reason I have him a little lower, he's not asked to do as much as some of these other guys. Like Trey Young is the Atlanta Hawks. We talked about it with Cade earlier. Cade is the Pistons. Trey Young, as of right now, is the Atlanta Hawks. You can make an argument Darius Garland's the third most important person on his team. Like, I think that I think this is the case. Like, he's just asked to do a little bit less. He's splitting ball handler reps with Donovan Mitchell a lot. He's nothing for them defensively. Just being quite fair. Like he is
Yeah.
absolutely nothing
Although,
for
to
them
be fair,
I mean,
defensively.
to be fair,
a
you're
lot of these
arguing him
guys-
over Trey
I was
Young.
Yeah,
gonna
I
say, a lot of
mean,
these guys on this
yeah,
list
like a
are
lot of these
dogs.
dudes are cones. I just think that the guys that I have above him are asked to do a bit more and produce. Like they produce more in that scenario. Like I don't know if I could put Darius Garland on the Hawks and the Hawks stay afloat. I don't think so.
I mean,
think
would you describe the Hawks as afloat with Trey Young these last
Yeah,
couple of years?
like,
See, that's my
I
pushback.
mean, when he's
like,
on, yeah.
but the
Yeah,
problem is
when he's on the court.
When,
When he's on
when's the
the court.
last Trey hasn't had an efficient?
no, not just when
I'm
he's,
talking about
when he's on the court. Yeah.
Oh.
Like he, for better or for worse, how you feel about a 6'1" Trey Young,
5'11".
being a heliocentric player. Like I posted this when people were having that conversation about like who's the top 5 passers ever. I think Trey Young's one of them.
Ever?
I think Trey Young's one of the 5 best
Yeah, he's
passers
definitely up
of the
there.
basketball ever.
Like, Oh yeah. Steve Nash, Chris Paul, Magic Johnson,
Magic's
John
not on there.
Stockton.
I'm not. Stockton.
Stockton's not on.
Stockton's for sure not on there.
No, just
Just
passing.
Stockton's
just
for
passing.
sure not on there.
Jerry West.
Heck
Like,
no.
Jokic is on there.
Heck no.
I'd put
LeBron James.
My list was Jokic,
I would put LeBron
Luka.
above.
My list was Jokic, Luka, CP3, Steve Nash, and Trey Young.
We gotta respect
That was my
LeBron.
5.
I'm not gonna lie.
James
LeBron's
Harden?
on there.
We gotta
LeBron's
respect
on there.
that.
I'm gonna be honest. There's a clip, and I will forever hold on to this. Trey Young is backpedaling at half court, looks away, throws a one-hand half court pass.
He's
And
truly gifted.
pure passing, I think he's one of the best passers of a basketball we have ever
I would
seen.
agree. Top 5 is
Genuinely.
where
For-
I am top 5.
Okay. But
Winning.
for his height, like I think there's passes.
I don't
No,
give
no,
a
no,
damn
I ain't
about
gonna
court.
lie.
He
He makes like every pass.
There's
No,
no
he
pass.
every
no,
sack.
no,
The only
no,
pass he
there's
doesn't
no
do is off the
pass.
post.
You
Yes, he
can't
can make
pick.
every
You
pass.
can't pick a pass Trey Young can't make.
But-
He is
Okay, he can, but there's okay.
no. That's the thing. You're trying to make the whole like, well, Jokic is 7 foot. There's not a single pass that Trey Young cannot make.
Shoot,
You know what? I'll give you he's a better passer.
That's what I'm saying,
but
just-
you're not getting LeBron. You're
I think
you're
you're
not
not
getting LeBron off.
I ain't
you're not
gonna hold you,
bro.
bro.
LeBron.
There's a pass Trey Young threw off the glass to John
No.
Collins. I'm like, nobody else
No,
in the
bro.
sport
In
thinks
a playoff
about
game,
it.
Please
bro.
tell me
In
y'all.
the play, you know
y'all
exactly the
remember
play I'm
that
talking about.
pass that he threw. I can't remember what.
Boy, do not talk about the accidental between the legs. Please don't talk about that,
LeBron
bro.
throws a wraparound
You talking about the
baseline
skip
pass
pass?
to the corner, and it a
Yes.
bounce pass, wraparound.
Fuck,
bounce
I done
pass.
seen Trey Young do that like
Trey Young
twice.
cannot do that, dude. I'm sorry.
I'll put a clip up.
No,
I
he
will put a
definitely
clip
can.
after.
I'm
He's
not-
definitely done
bro,
it before.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
okay. If
all
we're
that aside, like what Trey Young is asked to do
He's
for
my
the Atlanta
7.
Hawks, like we both have him 7. I just think when you compare that to a guy like a Darius Garland, he is that offense. He is a heliocentric player, and regardless of how you feel about heliocentric players, he's one of the few guys in the league that can do it. And it's been a couple years. He's taken them where they needed to be at times. This year's going to be the real litmus test for the East is as weak as it can be. They've given him everything that he could ever ask for. They quite literally gave him everything he asked for in free agency and trade-wise. He's got to produce this year. I think there's a world where he jumps James Harden. I think there's a world where I don't know if he jump. I think Cade will just take another leap naturally. So I think him and Cade will be a bit of a tough conversation. But I think we forget. I think we forget how goddamn good Trey Young is,
Oh, I
man.
agree.
That boy
He's
is
good. My issues with Trey is that I just don't know if it's like, well, I mean, to your point, it's the projection list, and we're gonna find out this year. If he can't do it this year, I think we're
Oh,
all in
yeah,
agreement that like
but
it's kind
okay,
of chalk for him.
part of why I have Trey Young where I have him though is because look at that roster the Hawks assembled for him. And so we talked about it
That's fair.
on the free not the free agency the summer no it was free agency preview
Yeah.
where we talked about how Trey Young has the team to do with like Eastern Conference Finals in this wide open East
Yeah, you should
should be
make it.
expectations. He has the defenders around him to insulate himself defensively. He has the lob threats and Jalen Johnson and Kristaps Porzingis. He has shooters around him. They signed what's the white boy Luke Kennard.
Luke Kennard.
Yeah, they signed Luke Kennard. They signed, Alexander Walker. Felt you want to feel about him. He can shoot the basketball. They have a team. And so like it's kind of just missing the engine. I think Trey Young is going to be that engine for them this year. I think he's gonna put up big
The,
numbers.
the,
I
the
think they're gonna be
question
successful.
is like he's gonna put up big numbers no matter what,
Yeah.
just by nature of how he plays. The question is, which I think has been pretty resounding no the last couple of years, can he still provide efficient offense playing that heavy of a
I mean,
role?
that's
I
the.
mean,
But the
he
thing is,
provides.
this is also issue, right? It's not just that. He also, well, you can disagree with me. I don't know if y'all will. He doesn't like scaling down. So
Well,
far,
it's
he's
like
shown kind
But
of an
he
inability.
He
though.
can't
He
scale
can.
down. That's the problem.
That's
That's the Trey Young
Well,
conundrum, and that's more of a roster construction issue about building
yeah.
around Trey Young. But as a pure basketball talent, like just him, like
Yeah.
he is one of the few guys that you can say, here's 20 pick and rolls a game, go do it. And he's efficient at running 20 pick and rolls a game. A lot of it for him comes down to 3-point variance. His best years are the years where he's
Shoots
38 from three.
I-
His worst years are the years where it's 34 from three. And because of his shot diet, he's a floater and pull up guy. That's what he is. He's
I
floaters,
just
pull
think
ups, lobs.
so. My
That's his
issue
game.
with that is like your complaint about Garland of like, oh, he's not asked to do as much, so he's scaled down. Man, I can see him scale down on a 65 win team. Trey Young kind of can't.
I don't think Trey Young can scale as good as Darius Garland, but I think Trey Young can scale down. I think he hasn't been in a position to.
Okay, but do you think he's in a position to
He
scale down
can,
this
he
year?
can scale down his shooting.
Like
No,
of all the guys we
he
named,
can-
none of those are guys
he
that
can
was helping
scale
him scale
down
down.
more in times past, but no, he was supposed to be.
I would say he's
Garland.
also never
Yeah.
had somebody worth scaling down for.
and he still doesn't. To be
I'm
fair.
gonna say like he's always been like the de facto, again, regardless of how you feel about Trey Young as a pure basketball talent. Very rarely has he, not even very rarely, he has never stepped on a basketball court in his career as an Atlanta Hawk and looked over and said, I trust you with
Yeah,
the
you're
ball
better
in
than
your
me.
hands more than me. And the other four guys, all unanimously said, yeah, you're right. Make the play for me. And that's been how his teams have been built. And they've been built because he is that talented at passing the ball, at running a pick and roll, at generating offense. Again, I also think, shout out to Quinn Snyder. I think he's one of the most underrated coaches in basketball. He puts him in positions with a lot of double drags, a lot of Spanish pick and rolls, a lot of horns actions to allow him to get into certain spots that allow a undersized point guard of his stature to produce. I don't want to harp on Trey Young too much because
I was
we-
gonna say, I have Trey at 10, and I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I'm the biggest Trey Young believer up here.
apparently not.
I've been the biggest Trey Young fan up here. The reason why I have him at 10 is I think in terms of his playmaking ability, he's still top 5 in the league. I think that's something that's never gonna change. Similar to like with Harden.
Yeah.
It's something that's never gonna change. But at this point, we're 3 full seasons removed from 2022, where he was averaging 28 on I want to say like 60 and a half true shooting, right? And at that point, that's 28 on like +5 efficiency. And in those 3 years since, it's 56, 57, 58. And my issue with Trey is it's not just that it's 3-point variance reliant, because it is, right? But even in the seasons where the last season he shot 37% on, I think it was 9 attempts, still like 58% true shooting. And
He was
I'm
34 on 8.5.
yeah, this past season, but season before, I think he's 37.
Yeah.
Point withstanding, he's just not gonna be an efficient scorer. Even when he is hitting his threes, it's going to be like league average efficiency. And for me, he can scale down the amount of times he shoots the ball, but the usage that he has, that's not scalable.
Yeah.
He's gonna be a 90 plus touch a game guy, right? And my issue with that is, yeah, you can produce really good offense, but in the playoffs, because of how your shot diet is slated, it's not gonna look pretty. It's just not. You don't really get to the rim that often. It's floaters and it's pull up threes, and you're taking floaters and pull up threes against elite defenses. It's gonna
So
look
he
very
does
bad.
get to the line a ton.
Yeah,
What's
he
the
has a
Because
really
one thing
he has a good
he
free throw rate, but I mean, we've seen him in the last couple play-ins, and the last time he was in the playoffs in 2023, it wasn't that efficient, and then 2022, it was just horrible.
yeah.
So the last 4 seasons, every time you touch any form of postseason basketball, it's not efficient.
I also think the notion that like you can only scale down if you think there's someone that can like handle the ball handling duties from you. I do think it kind of becomes like a chicken and the egg situation a little bit. Like going into the playoffs, did you guys think that for the Pacers, Andrew Nimhard is going to be taking significant clutch time reps?
Yeah, that's how they played the
Like
entire
guys,
season.
I would
but
say,
that's kind of my point
is
though.
there an Andrew
Is
Nembhard on the
is
Hawks?
that all? Okay,
Andrew Nembhard would be the second best ball handler
Yeah.
Trey Young has played with.
Andrew Nimhard for the regular season averaged 9 points on
Did
like
you watch
30.
the pay? Did
Okay, but
I was
that's my
getting
point though.
this off the entire regular season. The Freedom FC gimmick. It's the truth.
Okay, but is
That's how
Freedom
they just
okay?
played.
But do you think Freedom FC is also not in part due to how Tyrese Halliburton plays?
Yeah, because he's a low touch guy. The reason he's low touch is his handle isn't as tight as a guy like Trey Young's. He's not as well versed as a pull up shooter because his shot is limited to where he can shoot off the court. And Rick Carlisle has one of the best offenses I have ever seen in my life that is conducive to more guys touching the basketball. Again, he can put that offense in play because Tyrese Halliburton, and like I said, I would have had Hallie at 5 on this list. It's a reason he's above Trey Young because I think he's more conducive to a more efficient and better offense.
That's but I don't think that's because he's inherently more skilled than Trey Young. I do think it's a mindset thing.
I can't say it's a mindset thing. Like I promise you, if Trey Young and Luka Doncic were teammates, his usage wouldn't be 70% or God knows what. Like it just wouldn't. He would naturally have to scale down. Funny enough, when he played next to DeJounte Murray, he did scale down a ton. It's just everyone on the court began to realize
Yeah, he scaled down a little
DeJounte is
worse.
just not good.
I just feel like you're giving him a lot of credit for being a number 1 option, and then when you're describing him in a winning context, it seems like he has to be a number 2. And that's why like that disconnect is not
That's the thing.
making sense
It's
for me.
again, we have never. I think he probably does need to be a number 2.
No, he absolutely.
I'm gonna say I think
Yeah.
there's only like realistically 7
say on
guys in the
this
league that can
list,
be ones.
maybe
There's
4 guys.
maybe
yeah.
4. Like genuinely, maybe 4 guys. And that's probably 4 of the what 10 to 12
So that's
in
the
the
thing.
NBA.
So when I accept that he probably likely has to be a number 2 in a winning context, and so far in his career, like, is it fair to say he, even if he doesn't have a want to, or he doesn't really show the propensity to scale down? His
I'm not
game
saying-
doesn't quite like
I
translate
think
to that.
I'm gonna
He
say I
tried
think
with DeJounte, it didn't work.
again, I think in terms of like number 1 for Trey Young to work, right? Like as a second option, his one option needs to be a big. It's that simple.
Well,
No,
like,
I'll say it needs to be a big one. That's what I was going to
It
say.
needs to be a big, like he needs to have a big man number 1 option next to him. He is a guy like I can't play him next to another guard. They tried it with
Not at
DeJounte.
all.
Like he can't do that. It has to be a legit center, a guy that can be a pick and roll duo with him. I think for other guys, and it's just like I'll spoil mine. Like I have Ja number 8.
I do too.
I
don't
think
have
Ja Morant's another guy. Like I don't think Ja can be.
Wait, so
Real quick,
so who
hold
would you
on.
snub
I was
then?
gonna say,
'Cause
let's
You have
recap.
Maxey, right?
Let's recap everyone's
Who
1
would
to
you
7.
snub? Did you say Darius Garland yet?
I've not said Darius Garland,
He's
but
not on your
he's
list,
on my
is he?
list. No,
Okay.
Darius Garland's on my list.
So hold on. Recap 1 to 7.
SGA 1, Luca 2, Jalen Brunson 3, Steph 4, Cade 5, Harden 6, Trey Young 7.
Okay, I'm gonna go SGA, Luca, Steph, Brunson, Cade, Maxey, Garland.
Would you stop at 7?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I have SGA, Luca, Steph, Brunson, Cade, Garland. Trey's my 7.
I have SGA, Luka, Brunson, Curry, Kyrie, Harden, Maxey.
Okay, and I have
We ready to move on to 8?
I have Ja at 8.
I have Harden.
Okay.
I have
Of
Ja.
Cade.
Cade is-
Hated.
Of Cade.
That's crazy. He's
I-
that low.
I will say, like, to parlay from like the Trey Young point, I don't think Ja Morant is a guy that he's been presented as a number 1 option his entire career. I think it's becoming more and more
He's a 2.
increasingly apparent that he should
He's
be
a
a
2.
2, but he's a guy that needs to be a 2 next to a 5 man because you can't reduce his ball handling duties and expect him to be Ja Morant. He's Ja Morant because when he has the ball in his hands, that boy is special. So you need to find somebody next to him. And Jaren Jackson, in theory,
In theory, heavy on theory.
In theory, Jaren Jackson is
I
like
think enough time
the
has
partner.
passed,
Yeah,
right?
enough time's passed to realize Jaren isn't that guy. He's not as aggressive as a scorer. He's not as good as a scorer. But like those guys, I don't. It's not the fact that you need to reduce their ball handling duties. You need to reduce their shot attempts. And I think one doesn't require the other. I don't need to take you off the ball. So Darius Garland, I think, is a perfect example. They didn't reduce his time on the ball. They just said You have Donovan Mitchell you can give the ball to. You have Max Strus you can give the ball to take a shot. Jared Allen's going to catch a couple lobs for you. Mobley's becoming a better self-creator. He's going to catch lobs for you. They've allowed Darius Garland in his role to say, I don't need you to be 27 a night. The rest of these guys, Trey Young has to be 27 and 11 for them to win something. When in reality, he probably should be 23 and 11. He should be 24 and 10. That probably should be where he's ideally as a player. Ja, I think, is in that similar vein. Like he should be 23 and 9, 23 and 8. He's not as well versed as a passer as a guy like Trey Young, but they shouldn't be guys that are taking 23 shots in a playoff game. Guess who's been asked to take 23 shots in a playoff game their
Ja.
entire careers? Ja has, Trey Young has. On the flip side of it, I'll spoil mine. I have Darius Garland at 9. Darius Garland has not been asked
so
to take.
Darius Garland at
Okay,
9.
so I know
Okay.
you're snap. Okay, real quick. I did want to say something about Ja. With the fact they lost Desmond Bain, who I think you could argue. Can I get off that I think Desmond was better than John Morant last season? I
He
think
for sure was.
He was
for sure was better.
last season for sure.
last season, yes. So you lost who, in my opinion, was your best player last season. I think, even though I think John Morant peaks higher, you lost that. They didn't necessarily replace like Anthony Simons. I'm gonna be real. I'm not a. Oh, they haven't traded for him yet, but they were talking about trading for Anthony Simons, right? I don't like that too much, right?
Yeah.
John Morant is
Ugh.
he's in a situation where he is the Memphis Grizzlies.
Yeah,
Like
he's
that
gonna
team
get-
is going to go as far as John Morant takes. He's going to get every opportunity to be that. And I think one thing people don't understand about John Morant, because of how electric of a a dunker, he'll hit like the behind the back, just the highlights. John Morant is sneakily a really good playmaker. Like that was one thing I
I
noticed.
don't think it's sneaky. He averages like 9 assists.
but when you think about the best playmakers in the league, you don't think about John Morant.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think the casual fan, like the casual fan, knows he can dunk on you. When I was watching John Morant these last 2 seasons, I just asked myself, like, telling myself, like, bro, that's a really good pass he just threw. Like, I didn't know he could do stuff like that. So I think we'll see him, kind of open that bag a bit more this year. And like I said, I am projecting a bit because he didn't have the best season last season, but I'm projecting that he'll get it going back at this season.
Well, I wanna touch on Cade because obviously I had him
Yeah.
A lot lower than us. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I also do want to touch on the jaw stuff too. So with Cade, um, the reason why I have him at 8 currently is because, like I said, I think that when we're talking about these like number one option guys, that really should be number twos. I think currently as constructed, Cade also fits into that mold, and I think unlike those other guys, I think he has an efficiency issue as a scorer and as a playmaker, right? Because we already mentioned the volume of turnovers and how many bad turnovers he has, right? And I think in terms of his playmaking ability, I don't think he's a better playmaker than Harden. I don't think he's a better
not.
playmaker than Trey Young. I think he's better than Garland. Obviously, I think he's better than
You think he's a
Maxey.
better playmaker
Okay.
than Garland?
Yeah. I think
But
I
do you
would
not
go
account for like he's by far the best defender out of the guys you just
Yeah, I think the fact that he's 6'7" and the fact that he's 6'7" and he's not, barely 6 foot, and he's not like a complete net negative on defense is important. But I do think, as currently constructed, he's probably the worst offensive player out of all the players that have been named so far. I have him over
I'm just
Garland
projecting
personally.
improvement. Yeah.
Personally, I have him over Garland for all the reasons we talked about with
Okay.
Garland.
yeah.
I'm fine.
And I ain't gonna. I'm a bit lower on Garland than I think everyone. Well,
Okay,
you have him
okay.
at 9.
Can I
You rate
ask-
Garland at all?
Yeah, I have a 9.
Can we round out everybody's list? So can we just get everybody's
Okay.
top 10?
So
Yeah.
9 and 10.
Yeah.
Start with Zay this time, I
okay.
think.
Well, you already know the first 7. My 8 was Cade, my 9 was Garland, and my 10 was Trey Young.
Okay.
Okay.
Mine is my 9. Is James Harden, and then 10 is Kyrie Irving.
Okay. My last 3 is Harden, Kyrie, Ja.
Okay. 8, obviously, I had Ja. 9, I had Darius Garland. 10, I had Tyrese Maxey.
Oh, yeah, I did not have.
I had him. I had him higher.
Mm.
Okay.
Where
I
did you
do.
have Maxey?
I had him at 6.
I did not. I think I'm the only one that didn't rank Kyrie, right? Or did
Yes.
you?
Okay, that's why
I have him
I
at-
knew you were gonna.
I have him
snub
at
somebody.
9.
You had him at 9. Yeah, I didn't. Only reason I didn't rank Kyrie is the more and more I thought about it, I don't know how much of Kyrie Irving we're going to get back if he comes back in January. Because I think even now, him coming back in January is us expecting a normal rehab process. I think a lot of that will depend on how the Dallas Mavericks look. If Cooper Flag hits the ground running and he looks like what we think Cooper Flag can look like from day one, and they're the 7th seed, 6th seed, and they maybe think that they can make a push if they added Kyrie Irving back, I think you might see then him, I don't want to say rush back, because 10 months is like the normal recovery time for an ACL injury. I think if it's a bit of the flip side where they're the 9 seed and they're just kind of peddling in mediocrity, it's like, all right, Kyrie, like get fully healthy, get 100% healthy. Let's not worry about you coming back this season. You can wait. So I had a tough time. I think on a pure talent standpoint, I probably would have had Kyrie 7, 8 in that range. I probably would have had him there. But just simply not knowing when he's going to come back or if he's going to come back next year, honestly, it was just hard for me to rank him on this list.
Yeah. So for me, my 11 was Jamal Murray. I don't know if that's like controversial, but the reason is I looked at my 9, 10, 11 guys and I was like, it's Kyrie, John, Jamal. And I was like, man, it feels weird to like overly dock Kyrie for availability when the guys I'm comparing to is Ja Morant and
Yeah.
Jamal Murray, who guys are like Jamal Murray. He plays more games than them too, but like let's be honest, like he is very inconsistent in the regular season. Like no All-Star appearances for a reason. Like it's not like he's been snubbed. He just doesn't play to that level in the regular season. And then Ja, like he also has his like share of not even talking about off-court stuff. I'm purely talking like just health-wise. Like Ja like has missed a lot of games. He missed a lot of games last season, and that's kind of why I was like, man, if those 3 guys are fully healthy, I want Kyrie over those 2, and that's why I ended up with Kyrie, John, Jamal.
Okay.
I agree with that point. It's just for me, again, like those other guys you name, I know at least day 1 of the regular season they're going to be playing. I don't expect to see Kyrie back even as early as January.
Yeah, I mean that's fair.
So,
Okay, I don't want to argue because we're running out of time. But you think Jamal Murray is better than Trey Young? Because you didn't have him. You didn't rank. All right.
yeah.
Hey,
Say-
all right,
All right,
we
man.
gotta talk about
All right,
it.
so we're gonna
We
parlay.
gotta talk.
We're gonna
about
parlay. Speaking of,
I really don't like Trey, dude.
speaking of, funny enough, another guy that you did not name whatsoever that you also think Jamal Murray is better than is a guy that just got paid a whopping 4 years, $229 million by the San Antonio Spurs. For those who don't know what we're talking about, it is De'Aaron Fox.
Houston native.
Houston native De'Aaron Fox got paid $229 million, average AAV of 57.25. Don't know the exact specifics of what he'll be getting paid year to year. It's going to roughly be about 30% of the cap.
No player option.
No player
team option.
options, no options at all for 229. I love to say Rich Paul is the real commissioner of the NBA, and he showed everyone once again why it is the Clutch Basketball Association and not the National Basketball Association.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, man.
That's
It's
not
a
good.
yeah. I was about to
Bro
say
was rubbing
I'm
his
the
hands.
itcher for this one.
Bro, and Lex Luthor on it.
First and foremost, I mean, I'd like to take my victory lap, on saying that under no circumstances do I want De'Aaron Fox on my team, because I was definitely getting called all types of stupid, all
was
types of not very nice words. What I said, I would not flip Fred VanVleet for De'Aaron Fox, and lo and behold, here we are, not even a full calendar year later, and he's making double the amount of money that Fred VanVleet is per year.
He's making
More than that.
Yeah.
More than double. I mean, I don't know how much time we got, man, but the list
Mr.
of
World, bro.
reasons against De'Aaron Fox is pretty wide. For one, right? On the Kings, DeMontis Sabonis is probably the most guard friendly big in the National
Yes.
Basketball Association.
Not more than Jokic?
It's those two.
Yeah,
They're
I
up
mean
there.
it's Jokic, but
Yeah.
He's one of the best screeners in the league. He's one of the best DHO guys in the entire league. You had that guy on your team for 2 seasons, 3 seasons actually, and never cracked 7 assists a game. In terms of how he scores the ball, we are talking about a guy who is shooting primarily short, mid-range
Yeah.
jumpers, right?
Off the dribble.
When we talk about his 3-point shooting, his catch and shoot efficiency is some of the worst in the league. When we talk about his pull-up 3-point shooting, it's very inconsistent. It's very on and off. When we talk about his rim finishing volume, it's very low. He does not get to the free throw line either. And on top of that, defensively, he's a cone.
People overrate his defense. You
Yeah,
think he's a
so
better
we're
defensive
talking
defense.
about an on-the-ball player whose primary mode of scoring is short, mid-range jumpers. And there were people who were legitimately saying, yeah, let's get this guy on the Rocket. There was people who were legitimately saying he can play next to a guy like Jalen, like Şengün, like a Min Thompson, like he has any ability to play without the ball in his hands. He is one of the worst catch and shoot 3-point shooters in the league for his volume.
No, not even just for volume, just in the league.
And they are paying that guy $57 million starting next season, next year. I feel very, very vindicated because I've been pro.
And to
De'Aaron Fox
add to this, they did that after having a guy who played point guard for them last year win Rookie of the Year and drafting at number 2 overall.
Jalen Harper
They
FC,
drafted
lost, man.
a point guard,
lost.
and they decided to pay before they even had to pay him. They didn't have to pay him this year.
Oh
Before
yeah,
even-
that's another thing too, man. Shout out to all the Spurs fans out there who said you had a better, more enticing situation than us. I really, really, really hope that you enjoy the play-in the next 3 seasons, because that is where you will be. You are not winning a playoff series with De'Aaron Fox on your roster. Get me down for that on record. As long as he is on this team, they are not winning a single round of playoff basketball. Not one.
Well, okay, what if Wemby's the best player in the league?
He said
It don't matter. De'Aaron Fox is not gonna nothing. You know what's so funny, Assad? If Wemby is the best player in the league, guess who's still gonna be shooting the ball more times a game than Wemby is? Guess who's still gonna average more touches per game than Wemby is?
Okay, did you want to do the game of the starting point guard?
I was
versus Steve
I was
Fox?
gonna say I'm just glad that we're like what 6 episodes in. We finally got Isaiah
Bro,
Hill. Yes.
No, this nigga sucks, man. Like,
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I say a lot of players stink, but genuinely from the bottom of my heart, De'Aaron Fox actually sucks. Like, that's not even hyperbole. I do not think he's that good, bruh. And I've held this belief for a very long time. So I feel very vindicated that for 5 years, the next 5 calendar years, these Spurs fans are going to have to deal with him being the number 1 option on their team.
From the Spurs perspective, I do think they were kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place on this deal.
That's what I have to do.
Yeah, like when a guy requests out and specifically asks to go to your team, I think it's an understanding by the agent and the league that you have to do right by him. And they did right by him. They gave him a max extension, which is what I think people would have said his value was a couple of years ago for the hand injury when he was coming off that 2023 season when they were the 2 seed. I'm just saying, it's not like he got it out of the blue.
One-time
right?
All-Star.
One-time All-Star.
Crazy.
One-time All-Star.
Do you think he makes another All-Star?
He'll never. I promise you, he will. I will.
None.
Shout out, go Bells. It's on the record now too. Made a bet. He will not make an All-Star game on this contract.
I don't think so either.
He will not.
Agreed.
Are y'all ready? What I want to do is I want to ask. We're gonna run through the 30 teams or 29 other teams in the NBA. Is this starting point guard?
You can include his
I
own
was gonna
team.
say he's gonna include the Spurs.
You can include his own team.
Is this starting point guard better or worse than De'Aaron Fox? And Spurs fans, we're gonna do this live so you can see the experience. The Thunder is
No.
No,
Fox or
it's
SGA?
Shai.
Oh, is he
It's Shai.
better? Oh yeah.
No.
SGA is better.
okay.
0 for 1.
The Claps, Darius Garland or De'Aaron Fox?
Darius
Garland.
Garland.
Darius going easily.
He actually might get the Celtics because I have no idea what the Celtics are doing right
Are you
now.
calling it?
Simons.
I ain't gonna lie, are you saying it's Derek White?
Ooh, if it's Derek White, no.
I'm not saying.
I'd rather have
I'd
Derek
If
White.
it's
than
Derek
De'Aaron
White,
Fox.
Derek White.
I would rather have
I'd rather have Derek White.
so-
No, okay, no BS. I almost considered Derek White.
I didn't put him as a point guard.
I wouldn't
will
list him
say
as a
that.
shooting guard.
yeah,
yeah.
like that's why I didn't put him on my list.
Yeah.
But if he,
I-
like,
he-
I
well, he-
almost made my list.
Well, he would have been.
He'd be like,
We'll talk about that when we do the next
Yeah.
episode.
He gonna, yeah.
okay, so if
Go
we're
ahead.
counting Derek White, it would be Derek White if they're not because they don't have a point guard right now.
Yeah, I guess you're better than
Um,
Anthony Simons.
you know-
Congrats.
I guess he's better than Fred VanVleet. Can
Yeah, not contract wise.
yes, just
Sure,
I-
you're
that's
better.
the player.
He's
not who
better
would you rather
In a
have?
vacuum, in a
He is
vacuum,
the
he's a better
better
coach.
quotation marks than Fred
In a
VanVleet.
vacuum,
I
he's
would
a better
rather
basketball
have
player.
Fred VanVleet
So
on my
yeah,
team.
sure.
We're gonna
Yes.
give him I guess half of Boston. We'll give him Houston. He's not better than Jalen Brunson on the Knicks. I
No.
think.
No, no,
Okay.
no debate.
Luke and the Lakers.
No.
No.
Jamal
Do we
Murray.
consider Austin Reeves a point guard? Or we
Nah,
also
he's a
listen to
two,
a shooting
Yeah,
guard?
he's a 2.
You can try to
I
say
was gonna say, that's
he's,
another
he's
player
worse
that's
than two
better.
players in the league.
That's another player that's better.
Jamal Murray on the Nuggets.
No.
I think no.
I'd take Jamal.
I take Jamal. Obviously not Halliburton on the Pacers.
Nope.
No.
Yeah.
James Harden on the Clippers.
No.
I didn't have him.
Absolutely not.
Shoot, I guess the Timberwolves still have Mike Conley. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. I would give him
we'll give.
Sure,
we'll
yeah,
give-
you're better than
we'll
Mike
give him-
Conley.
so, all right, so-
41-year-old Mike
So
Conley.
now he has half of Boston, Houston, and Minnesota. Same thing with Milwaukee. They don't have a point guard right now.
He's better than
I would say, yeah, they do.
Cavante.
His name's Kevin Porter Jr.
Yeah,
Oh,
They don't have a point guard right now. So we'll give him the Bucks. The Warriors with Steph. Easy
No.
No.
Grizzlies with Josh.
No.
Easy
No.
The Pistons with Cade. Easy
No.
Yeah.
How with the Magic? Would you?
I was talking about this earlier.
Suggs?
Next
It's
year,
Suggs.
give me
Next year-
Jalen Suggs.
It might.
Give me Jalen Suggs.
He's better
Nah,
today.
nah.
Show the
I'm-
impact metrics.
Okay, but
We impact winning basketball.
but he's gonna average like
I play defense. Like I play defense. I shoot, catch, and shoot threes. I can slide next to anybody in the NBA. I also can run pick and rolls, and I'm actually
Okay,
effective.
I feel like we're
Give me
making an
Jalen
argument.
Suggs.
Would you rather have Jalen Suggs? I
No,
can agree
Jalen
with-
Suggs is a better basketball
in a
player.
vacuum.
He's a better basketball
I
player.
disagree.
Because at the sport of basketball, not oh, it looks cool on this mixtape. He's better at basketball than De'Aaron Fox. Because what's the point of basketball again? Winning. He's better at doing that. Give me Jalen Suggs over De'Aaron Fox.
We won't count that one. The Hawks with Trey Young.
Trey Young.
No.
So I guess it's Malik Monk. It's the King starting point guard. So.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Check them on off.
my
and they were on the
God.
same
I was
team.
gonna say,
going
I'm
too
not
far.
going
They were on the same team. Check,
They were on the same team
funny.
for
They
what,
were on
2.5 years?
They were on the exact same team for 2.5 years. Tell me who ran a more effective offense with the exact same personnel, exact same head coach, and lie to yourself and say it was De'Aaron Fox.
Bro, Malik Monk averaged the same amount of assists as he did while playing less minutes and having less touches.
I will say Malik Monk. I don't know who your agent is, bro. Fire him
yes.
because your PR has
let's-
been run through the mud, and you're so much better than
he's
what
really good.
the labels you've been thrown at.
The Bulls with Josh Giddey.
He's better than Josh
He's
Giddey.
He's better than Giddey.
Okay.
Sure.
Cavs. I mean,
Nah,
not
PRA,
Mavs,
no.
Mavs with Kyrie. We'll give him Kyrie, right? The
Okay, okay.
He
real quick,
better than Kyrie.
Yeah, no, I mean, not even.
No. What about D'Lo?
I mean,
Better-
I,
Yeah, we're not disrespecting that
At
one.
this point, I'm just throwing names out.
Okay, the Heat are probably going to run Tyler Hero.
Tyler Hero's better.
I would rather have
Tyler Hero's better. Tyler Hero's.
yeah, Tyler Hero's better.
Okay.
Tyler Hero can throw a lob pass.
Are you saying because 3-point shooting?
He can throw a lob.
I think he's just better.
He's a better basketball player.
But okay, the Phoenix Suns are probably
Jalen
going
Green.
to run. They're going to run Devin Booker at point
No,
guard.
no. You're not getting that off. Every report
But
that has
they
come
are
out,
saying-
I'ma keep it. I'ma
every
keep it.
report that has come out from the Suns camp, every report from Gambo, their local news reporter,
I'm gonna
athletic
keep it a
articles,
whole stack.
they have all said Jalen Green.
Both of them. Next one.
Scoot Henderson on the Blazers.
Next
He
year.
better. He
Next
better.
year.
We're giving it. I'm
He-
going,
he's
Are we,
better
are we,
today,
are
but
we
I'm not gonna
projecting or
lie.
saying right now?
I guess we're projecting.
No,
Okay,
right
okay.
now, right now.
How
We'll go
many
right
teams
now.
are left?
1, 2, 3, 4.
We're at like 5, dude.
It's 8. Let's think.
Okay,
We're at
so
5.
we've listed like 20 names,
22 teams.
22 teams.
I'll
22
I'll
names?
recap it when we're done because it's about to get really easy. He's
I've
on,
been keeping count. We got 5 teams that we've said he'd be a better point guard
okay,
for them.
okay, because he's on the Spurs. So we won't count the Spurs, even though Dylan Harper's gonna be better in like 2 years. The Raptors with Emmanuel Quickly.
He's better
Yeah,
than
he's
Quickly.
He's better than Quickly.
Better than Quickly.
The Nets don't have.
They
They have a
don't
bunch
have
of point guards.
Yeah.
Hey,
hey,
what are you
okay.
talking about? They
cool,
drafted
yeah.
5.
Yeah, they just have. Okay, Tyrese Maxey's better on the Sixers. The Pelicans have his favorite player, DeJounte Murray. So I don't
Yeah,
know.
he's better.
He's better than
Yeah,
DeJounte.
But DeJounte's not even playing. He's better than
LaMelo
Jordan
Ball
Poole,
or De'Aaron Fox.
too. LaMelo Ball.
I would take. Okay, it's injuries. Fox.
In a vacuum, just
LaMelo
vacuum.
Ball.
LaMelo Ball is not playing games.
LaMelo Ball.
I mean, I'd rather have LaMelo Ball not playing games. than
Ask
have
Wemby who we'd rather play with.
on cap.
No, I mean LaMelo Ball is better in a vacuum.
He's a better basketball player.
It's a health
LaMelo
thing.
Ball.
It's a health thing.
LaMelo Ball.
Oh, so the last 2 names are the Wizards and the Jazz.
I ain't lying.
Bub-
Bub
Bub
Carrington next year? I don't know.
Okay, so all right, so
No funny. I've seen Isaiah Collier throw lobs and skip passes. Show me the De'Aaron Fox.
I'm not letting you get them.
You're
To
not getting that Isaiah
recap,
Collier off,
to
dude.
recap, we gave them half of the Celtics. We gave them the Rockets. We gave them the Timberwolves. We gave them the Bucks. We debated the Magic. So I won't count that. We'll put the half of the Magic and the half of the Celtics together.
it's
That makes
still
1.
5.
Is that 5?
That's 5.
5. Okay. We actually did we give them the Kings? I don't think we gave them the Kings.
We'll give him the Kings.
We'll give him the
People are gonna
Give
be
him
mad.
the
Big,
Kings.
Bro,
we'll give them the Kings. We gave them the Bulls. That's 7. They did not get the Heat. They did not get the Sun. They got
He's
the
better than
Blazers.
Jalen Green.
They got 8 with the Blazers. That's 9 if we count the Spurs. 10 if we count the Raptors. 11 count the Nets. He did not get the Sixers. He did get the Pelicans. That's 12. We'll give them LaMelo for now. So that's what 13, 14, 15. So he's a top 15.
Yeah, he must say,
He's an average
yeah,
starting
must say,
point
he probably is like
He's
the
the
15th
average
best
starting
point guard.
point
He's an
guard,
average starting point guard making 57,
30% of their
Yeah.
cap and
57.5 mil.
There you go.
And I'm
Spurs
gonna
fans.
be so honest with you, bruh. Boy, oh boy, Spurs fans, y'all gonna hate him. I'm shocked y'all didn't hate him already, but y'all.
He only played like 20 games.
Oh, so
Did he
that's
play
another
that many? I don't
that's
think
another
he played that,
aspect.
did he?
I think it's another crazy thing that they're kind of hands tied, forced to do this deal, and you
For
got 5 games
for
with him and Wemby
5
together,
games.
especially when a guy is as PNR dependent as De'Aaron Fox
Hey,
is,
but
like,
aside,
and a
he had
guy's
13
as
He
assists in
only
one of those
played
games. Aside,
17 games for them, and I'm
yeah,
not gonna lie.
17 games, and only 5 of those with Wemby.
I would say it was
hey man,
24
real point guard
7
activity.
on 54 true shooting. So hashtag not that good.
Yeah.
But all right,
Oh my
I think we beat the De'Aaron Fox horse over.
Thank
Two,
God we beat the De'Aaron Fox
I'll say
allegations.
two
Oh my
more
God.
items of business before we end this episode. I don't know if you guys have been using Twitter, right? I know everybody on this panel does.
Lord.
But there is an ongoing conversation right now between Kyrie Irving and Chris Paul. We're like, let's go ahead and talk about that really quickly over. We talk about playing guard.
Thanks to us, by the way.
I was gonna say, people do not know this. The way that conversation started, and it's fact check. You can go do the timestamps, all that good stuff. What happened is when we did our first episode, we did the KD draft, and you guys took Chris Paul over Kyrie Irving. The comment section was very mad at you guys for doing that. So I was like, I don't know who y'all think Kyrie Irving is. Chris Paul is clearly better. And then the tweet just went jumping from there. I think you're stupid if you think Kyrie Irving's better than Chris Paul.
Yeah, I
think you're
all,
stupid.
all respect to Kyrie Irving and the talent that he is. Please go watch like half a
Hornets Chris
second
Paul.
of Hornets Chris Paul and tell me.
From 07 to 09?
Chris Paul.
I must say, watch
You
Clippers.
gotta go back to
Chris
Hornets.
Paul.
Bob City
Chris Paul, I believe it would have been his 3rd season in the NBA, finished 2nd in MVP voting, and if you ask the right person, he should have beat Kobe for it. That's how good of a player Chris Paul was. To the point where when him and Kobe were supposed to team up, the other 29 owners of the NBA said, no, we cannot
do
let
it.
this happen. He cannot go to the Lakers to team up with Kobe Bryant. Like, we're talking about one of the 5 to 6 greatest point guards ever, one of the 5 best passers ever. And he's playing in an era where pace wasn't emphasized the way that it was. He wasn't playing in the Steve Nash 7 seconds with Mike D'Antoni. And the boy just good, man. Like,
I was
6 foot tall, making all
nice,
defensive
bro.
teams.
the
Just
one
nice.
year where he did play in that type of offense was in 2017-18, because I mean he was there in 2018-19, but he was hurt that year.
Yeah.
The one year where he was healthy, playing the offense as a 32-year-old, he averaged 19 and 8 on 60 true shooting, and that was a second option to prime MVP James Harden. So, like, what I'm trying to get people to understand is, what do you think 27-year-old Chris Paul would do if you were to drop him in the modern NBA
Oh my Lord.
on his own team where he's the primary option?
24 and 12.
I think that's selling his shirt. I think he
is-
might be like 26.
What is prime Chris Paul doing with LeBron James? and
Oh,
Kevin
it's
Durant
not going to 7 in 2016.
as his teammate.
It's not going to 7. They're
Not
getting
even just that. Drop. Kyrie was what, 29 in Brooklyn? Would drop Chris Paul next to Kevin Durant and James
James
Harden.
Harden. Jeez.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think
Drop Chris Paul on that Celtics team.
Yeah. This is not the end all be all, bruh. But has Kyrie Irving ever made anything higher than All NBA third team? Because if I'm not mistaken,
believe
He was
I
second
want to
team one
say
time.
he's made second team one
One time.
time.
No, and I also think people forget, Chris Paul was out here making all defensive teams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At
clears him as a
6 foot.
defender.
Yeah.
Clears him.
Clears Kyrie as a
I
defender.
like a
which-
real defensive team.
yes, like actually.
So, yeah,
yeah,
he made All NBA second team in 2019,
Oh, okay.
and then he made 2 All NBA third teams in 2015.
Yeah, like, I'm not. Look, man, with this Kyrie stuff, bro.
What y'all think he
I'm
better than Chris Paul?
gonna be real, man. There's nothing more to this than just straight up aesthetic wise.
aesthetic.
bro.
Chris Paul, 5-time assist champ, 6-time steals champ, 11-time All NBA, Rookie of the Year. Already made.
How many first teams does he have?
First team All NBAs?
He's 4.
Man, like
4.
What are we doing, bro?
He's 5 All NBA second team.
Mind you,
9-time All Defensive team as well.
the era of basketball.
9 times.
real quick, and he made 7 of those are first team.
It's ridiculous.
He was All NBA, All Defensive first team from 2012 to 2017.
Yeah, like
Every year.
like I
just
feel
not
like
being for real,
I
bro.
saw real people saying, "Oh, I think Kyrie's a better defender. Look what
No.
he did to Steph."
Yeah,
People are
like, you're-
forgetting Chris Paul, dude. Prime Chris Paul was literally first team All Defense.
It is disrespectful that we are.
And
at
this
this
is
point,
a conversation.
I was gonna say, 'cause
Yeah.
I tweeted that I think 3 days ago, and it's I like, as we're on the podcast, Zay can vouch. I'm still getting tagged
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
podcast. People are still talking about it.
Yeah.
It is disrespectful that it has gone this long.
I
Kyrie
think a
Irving
lot
not
of it is
available.
like younger people, like people younger than us. Because I will say for a lot of us, our early
I know
basketball
some grown
memories
men
are
who be
like
saying Kyrie.
Hornets, like Hornets Chris Paul. Like that's some of my first.
Yeah, early
Shout out to I want to say that was 2K 8, he was on the cover of like the
No,
2K8,
like
2K cover. Like that's some of our early memories.
Not even just Hornets, like Lob City Clippers.
Yeah, Lob City Clippers still like we grew up
I thought
understanding
Frank-
how nice.
Do people
Right.
understand? I'll say, do people remember how good he was? Oh, that first
I'm
year on the
about to
Rockets.
say,
Yeah,
not even just
he
the
was-
You remember how nice he was with the Phoenix Suns?
Bro,
Yup.
y'all
At
are
35.
y'all are going to hate me for it. And not y'all, but the people watching 2017, 2018, Chris Paul is better than 2017, 2018 Kyrie Irving.
Oh, easily.
Oh yeah.
I think he's better.
Yeah.
It's not even a question.
So like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
Kyrie's one of my
what-
favorite players of all time. I love him.
I love
It's
Kyrie.
just like it's not in terms of the value you bring to a basketball team, man. It's Chris Paul, and it's not even close.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, man. I think Kyrie Irving is, and as someone who had him 5th on my list, so like folks know I'm not a hater, but he is one of the more overrated players,
Ever.
like in the history of the sport.
It's
Like,
aesthetic hoops, man.
Look,
And it's beautiful aesthetics.
all NBA
Yeah.
appearances are not the end all be all. But I think it says something for a player to never have gotten a first team. And mind you, Chris Paul has 4. Let's talk about some of the guards, because there's 2
In that
NBA
era.
spots in the late 2000s and 2010s. Curry, who was a 2-time MVP.
Oh, go before that.
Harden. No, I am.
I'm
I'm
about
gonna
to
go
say,
all the way
go
back.
before that.
Curry, right? Harden, Dame, Westbrook, right? And then you start going before that, right? Kobe,
Darren Williams,
Dwayne Wade, Darren Williams. We're talking about
Steve Nash.
guys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jason Kidd.
we're talking about multiple MVP winners. Guys who have multiple
Trust
NBA
me,
first
baby.
teams. These are the guys that he is competing with, and he got 4 of them.
Yeah.
For reference, Dwayne Wade has 3. I want to say Curry himself has 4.
He has 4, yeah.
So we're talking about guys who are top 20, top 25 all time, and he has the same amount of first team or more than them.
Yeah.
And we're talking about Kyrie Irving, bro, who has 1 second team.
It is this.
You know who has more than 1 second team All NBA? Dame.
I'll say he's not better than
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
he's not
know who
bad.
has a second team All
2016,
NBA?
Isaiah
Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah.
He's not bad.
John Wall.
I was gonna say not to cut you off, but the conversation has devolved so far that Kyle Lowry.
Oh, Kyle Lowry. Oh my lord.
I
Yeah, we
want
don't condone that
to
one.
get to the
Yeah,
game
nah,
before we get
bruh.
up out of here. So we don't have to go into it, but I think Isaiah will agree with this. He may not be better than Kyle Lowry, but we'll keep it pushing.
Ban Darko charts.
I was
Hey,
gonna
put
say,
the
man.
charts down, bro.
We
Put
will
the charts
charts
down,
down,
bro.
All right,
Y'all seen that meme with the calculators? Like time to watch basketball.
Yeah. All right, to end the episode today, the game we're gonna play today. I went to 2K16. I loaded it up. I need y'all to tell me every player on that team who had an A or better 3-point rating.
Oh, okay.
And this is from 2015, 2016. It's that season.
What's the team?
What team?
It's the entire league. Every player
Oh.
in the league who had an
Okay,
A
so
or A plus.
okay,
better
so when A and
rating. I'll give
2K
you
is
a hint,
in
it's 11 names.
okay, so when A and 2K
11
is an
names.
85 3 ball, right? I know that for a fact. It's an 85 3 ball plus is an A. 88 is an A plus.
All right, we can get the easy
in
one out
up,
the
right?
way.
Steph
Obviously,
Curry,
Clay
Klay
that's
Thompson.
two.
Yep.
I'm assuming they would have gave James Harden an A.
No.
Really?
You know, matter of fact, I played with the Rockets on 2K16. He sucks. But
Yeah,
no, he does not have a.
They didn't give him an A. Was he an A minus? I'm assuming he had to
It
be.
was like a B.
Oh,
It's like a B
really?
plus, yeah, it's
Kyle
like-
Korver?
Yes,
Yeah, Kyle
Korver on the
Korver,
Hawks.
he
yeah.
won.
JJ Redick.
JJ
Redick,
Redick,
Redick.
Clips.
This
Kate-
15-16, right?
Yes.
KD?
No.
No, it wouldn't be
No,
KD.
I-
Funny enough, I feel like we just talked about it. Did they give it to Kyrie?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, Kyrie
Okay.
I
Irving
must
was
say,
on
like,
the
did they give it?
That's 5.
Throwing a dart out there,
Ooh.
J.R. Smith.
No.
Oh, that's a pull.
15,
I'm trying to think of all the
16.
like 3-point specialists from 2015, 16.
Any other All Star? Oh, Dame.
No.
Dame was a no?
No. He's not. He did not get
Oh
an A.
Lord, Ronnie. Oh man.
No.
Okay.
But okay.
Oh,
So
Anthony Morrow.
yes.
Well, that's an
yes.
insane.
Yeah, good pull. Yes,
So
Anthony
random
Morrow
ass
Dame
on the
pull.
Thunder.
What?
Yes.
Okay, yeah,
Okay,
I'm trying to think of like the
stay-
people who only
okay,
shoot
think-
3.
yeah.
Think in that same nicheness. There's another name that's really niche.
Is Kyle
Um,
Singler also on this list?
No.
it's only Singler. Singler wouldn't have got an 85 plus. 85 plus 3 ball, 2K16.
Is it a Rocket?
I don't think we have any Rockets on that
Uh,
list.
There's a Rockets legend though. Modern day Rockets legend.
EG?
Yes.
I was that's what I was getting at.
Yeah,
I
okay.
was gonna say, is he on the Pelicans?
When you said, I was like, was he on the
I was
Rockets? I was like,
gonna-
was
yeah,
he
he
16 or
wasn't on, he
17?
wasn't on the
Yeah.
Rockets. Yeah. I was thinking
Um,
EG.
Denny Green?
No.
Ooh,
Okay.
good
but,
really?
That's a good pull.
there was a guy who played in the Eastern Conference. He ended up joining LeBron. I think a season or two later. Really, all he did.
Ray?
No. No.
Oh, Mike Miller. No.
Mike something. Not Miller though.
You said he joined LeBron,
He
so he's
joined
on the
LeBron in like
2017
he did
team.
2017, 2018, one of those two. But yes, and all he did was shoot threes. That's all he did in his career. Didn't do nothing but shoot threes. He was really good at it.
Mike something?
Yes.
It's not Muscala,
Moose,
is it?
That's not Moose.
I was thinking Muscala.
Yeah, I was like, Mike,
no.
like,
Play for the Bulls.
Oh, Mike
oh,
Dunleavy.
Yep.
you might, yeah, okay.
All right.
That's all of them, right?
No.
No,
No, we
11.
got
No,
like,
y'all
We got,
have
what, 4 left?
two more.
Two
No, no, three more. Three more.
Okay,
Okay, next one. I think this guy might have a free throw record.
Jose Calderon?
Yes. Okay.
Oh, yeah. that's
He's
the
one
Bulls.
of them. I'll give y'all a hint, and then there's a really niche one. Suns fans hate him right now.
Suns fans hate him.
Yes, modern day Suns
Oh,
fans.
Brad Beal?
Yes.
Beal?
They gave Brad Beal
Over
an 8?
Dame?
Yes, Bradley Beal has a.
Boy, 2K ratings
2K
been bad.
sucks.
Oh my
Lord.
god.
And then last but certainly not least, bruh, to play on the same team as Eric Gordon.
Oh, he was
Oh, this
also
would
a
be Pelicans.
What's? It's not like Etwan Moore, is it?
No.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Were they, oh my lord.
Who else do they have on the team? Ryan Anderson.
No, not Ryan Anderson. It was all he did was shoot. It was a forward-ish. All he did was shoot.
White guy?
Yes, he's white.
Damn, what is his?
I can
I
see
know
his
who you're
face.
talking about.
I can
know
see
who
his
you're
face
talking
right
about,
now.
bruh.
I have no idea.
Oh my goodness. Single digit number?
Hang on, he was like not good, so
Yeah.
I wouldn't know off the top of my head.
Oh my lord. I can see his face. I've traded for this guy in the sim before.
Okay.
He had the single digit number.
I'm gonna say I don't remember his name.
I think let's do 10 seconds. If no one throws it out, we're going.
You're gonna say it and it's gonna absolutely
Okay.
bother
10,
Uh,
9, 8,
me.
7, 6, 5, 4.
I'm out.
Yeah,
Three.
I can't think.
Luke Babbitt from the Pelicans.
Luke
Oh my
Babbitt,
God,
yes. Oh my god.
was
Yeah,
Big white boy, long hair. Yes.
We
Luke
weren't
Babbitt.
getting that. We weren't getting that.
Yeah, super niche.
All right. Well, that has been the Right Read podcast today. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. We got Isaiah to yell.
Yes.
Success, man.
Shout out
We
to
got
Aaron Fox.
We got
man.
Isaiah to
I
yell. Shout
love
out to D Fox, man. Y'all forever be in your debt for that. But you can find us. Our links will be in the description down below for all of our link trees. Make sure you guys follow the podcast on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify as well. Dropping every single Friday. And yeah, that has been the Right Read. Oh, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. That has been the Right Read podcast.